Hi everyone, welcome back to the Wisdom of Everything channel. In the previous episode, you learned about the spiritual habits. Habits that concern your belief system and the formation of a desired identity who fulfills a bigger purpose in life, which feels true to oneself, so you can live a happy, fulfilling, and meaningful life. If you haven't watched this episode yet, then click on the card at the top, or just go to our channel and watch the full playlist of this video series. In this episode, you will learn more about the last category and letter of the word Swaropsi, namely the innovative or creative habits.
Woohoo!
The eighth and final letter of the holy word Swaropsi is about the innovative or creative goals and habits. While many still believe the myth that creativity is something that only a few people possess, creativity is like almost all abilities, a skill that can be learned and trained. Still, today, creativity is often misunderstood, and often too much associated with artists. Yes, artists can be creative. But art isn't the same as creativity. Also, it seems like you need to have produced something creative, or what we call a creative achievement, in order to be seen as creative. Which is not the case. Creation is based on the principle that all things are created twice. First mentally, then physically. Such as a building that follows a blueprint. Or an artistic piece that follows a visual imaginary image. So, in order to produce a creative achievement, an idea of the creation must first be formed. And that brings us to the distinction of creative thinking and creative achievement. Both of which are necessary for the creative process of bringing an idea into existence. So first, what habits can be worked on to increase your creative thinking or production of innovative ideas? Well, there are many things to boost your creative thinking powers, which I will share with you in an exciting video series. Just hit that subscribe button. But first, you need to understand how your ideas are formed if you want to stimulate your creative thinking powers. Ideas are in fact a combination of existing concepts in the mind inspired by your database of knowledge and information, your perception or mental understanding of existing concepts, your past experiences, your environment, and so on. So, to come up with more innovative ideas, you need to feed your brain with these sources of inspiration. Therefore, you need to develop an open mindset and let those new inspirations in. Only then, new and more associations or combinations can be formed, all of which are a source of new great potentially groundbreaking ideas. However, you might experience that your mind wants to protect your identity from other beliefs and ideas. And as a result you might end up in a primitive fight or flight response, rejecting the ideas and beliefs from others. This is a habit in itself, an automatic response often hard to control. To counter this unproductive habit, it is recommended to strengthen your awareness of such specific situations. A process which can be learned and trained through meditation and mindfulness. Or by training yourself to recognize it when people are expressing an opinion, perception, or belief, and reminding yourself that your mind will protect itself from those things. This way, you will distance yourself from that information and see it as a source of inspiration, instead of a threat. When you have developed this habit of openness, it gets very easy to feed your brain with tons of inspiration. And it will help you develop better relationships as well. You will be more curious and open to other people's ideas, which is a great source of new information. You'll notice that you will ask more questions because you are genuinely interested in who they are, how they think and feel, their experiences, their knowledge, and so on. And as a bonus point, they will like you more as they will feel appreciated for who they are. Besides talking to other people, you can also commit yourself to do new experiences as often as you can. Like Ken Hughes, who committed himself to a 365-day experiment, where every single day, he did a new experience. Besides the massive increase in inspiration and creativity, he realized that this keystone habit brought him a cascade of other positive effects on his life. From better business results to relationship improvements, to living a more happier and fulfilling life. So, now you know how to feed your brain with inspiration that will bring you new ideas. But what habits will bring your ideas into existence? Well, first, you should know that it can be a demotivated process, where you need to be willing to produce a lot of junk that will eventually end up in your paper basket. It will probably not be your first trial of creation that will end up in the halls of glory. Usually, it will be a learning process of trial and error, accepting that failure is part of the process. So, make a habit to create often, consistently, until you hit the jackpot of creation. But before you can create, you will have to develop certain prototyping skills and capabilities that will help you to bring an idea into existence. That can be drawing and making sketches, both digitally or non-digitally. Learning to write some code, or design a user flow in Figma. The more of these skills you possess, the more you will be able to create your ideas. So, to wrap up, the innovative or creative habits are divided into two categories of habits. Habits that boost your creative thinking abilities to come up with new inspiring ideas, and habits that improve your abilities to bring your ideas into existence and realize creative achievements. In an upcoming video series, we will share more tips and tricks to boost your creativity. Just hit that subscribe button to be updated. So, that was the last episode of the Swarovski goals and habits that will help you change your life and become the hero version of yourself. Thank you for watching. And like always, remember to enjoy your day, get wiser, and help us spread words of wisdom by liking, sharing, and subscribing.
Woohoo!